Hi everyone, this is Carly J. Case, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create an email sequence in Convertkit for use with your ClickFunnels account for both your opt-in and your sales pages. So let's get started. You want to create a new sequence. So I actually, you hit new sequence and you basically call it whatever you want to call it. I would recommend keeping your naming convention the same across the board, just because you're going to get confused as you do more and more of these things. So I already created that sequence, and this is basically the image that you're going to see, or sorry, the page that you're going to see when you hit create sequence. And it basically just walks you through how to build a sequence, right? It's kind of cool. So you want to just take out all this text, and you want to write into it, something like, thank you so much for providing your email address. Here is the cute summer shirt dress tutorial. Almost click the button below. It will open up. Now, always GDPR and CCPA, these are legal laws regarding email information. You always want to be compliant, and so in order to be compliant, you always want to tell your audience what will happen when they do something. That is compliancy with the law. So you have to say, on your sign up page, in your funnel, your opt-in page, I mentioned making sure that your footer is GDPR compliant, and you can Google this, you can look this up. It's basically telling people what will happen when they click the button above. So, and it also is saying, by clicking the button, you're submitting your email address to receive a PDF tutorial. So that's setting expectations, and it's also compliancy with the law. So you want to keep doing that in your emails. Whenever you're asking somebody to do something, you have to tell them what to expect. So click the button below. It will open in a new browser window where you can download. Please email support at yoimakeovers.com with any questions or issues. Thank you again, and hope you enjoy the tutorial. Okay. And I'm probably going to put an image in there for my name because that's just consistent with what I do on my website and everything. Now, I want to make sure that the email address is an email address. Insert link. We want to do, we want to do a mail to. Oops. Support at. Okay, open it, insert, and now I want to insert a button. Oh, one thing I did want to mention is that the form to capture people's information. Now, I chose to only do just input your email address. You have to make sure that your ConvertKit is not set to require first name and last name, for instance, along with email address, because it's going to error out into ConvertKit if you do that. So with me, I set my ConvertKit up to that email address is the only thing that's required. And basically, I'm trying to create the least amount of friction as possible with my potential subscriber. And By putting any extra form fields like first name, last name, whatever, you're creating more friction. The more form fields you create and ask someone to fill in, the longer it will take them, the more drop-offs you'll have, the fewer form fills. However, if you're looking for very, very highly qualified people who really do want to put in a lot of information, then maybe you do want to ask for a lot of information up front. I don't, because I just want the subscriber list, so I'm just putting email address here. Basically, that's why I'm not going to be able to say, hi, John, well, really this is whatever, Joanne, because I don't know that this person's name is Joanne. Not yet. They haven't put this information in. So I'm not using inserting merge tags with a personalized function because I don't know their first name. Not yet. If they go on to purchase, I will. But like I said, I'm just trying to collect email addresses. Your situation might be different, so maybe you do want to personalize and maybe you do want to have that in there. So you would want to actually use the function of hitting personalize and then put subscriber's name, and it will glue it in, paste it in there, and you can actually, it will have that person's name. However, you will also need to set up your fallback information, because you will want to choose this one, subscriber's name with fallback, because if subscriber name, first name is blank, you want to have it say something. Hi there. Hi friend. If somebody didn't put first name into the form, you don't, if it says hi blank, it looks really stupid. And I've gotten emails like that, and it's really turned me off, because I'm like, come on, just set your fallback value. Come on. So anyway, this is just information about that. I don't want to get into that too deeply. So right now, just thank you for providing your email address. Here's a cute summer shirt dress tutorial as promised. And thank you again, and hope you enjoy the tutorial. Okay, so let's go about setting up a button in your email for the opt-in PDF, right? Now, I'm first going to create the text that it's going to go to, or the anchor text is what it's called. So you just write out, this is the text that is going to be on your button, and I'm going to just put PDF. Now this whole thing is going to be a link to your PDF. Now, where are you going to put your PDF? If you listened in the beginning of this video, I said absolutely do not attach it to the email. You are going to want to put it into a secure folder. And people put it in various places. Some people put it into the back end of ClickFunnels. I don't recommend doing that, just because it really limits the size of the PDFs that you can upload into ClickFunnels. So I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend putting it into Dropbox is going to be a good one, or Amazon S3. That's another one. Create a new folder, and this is going to be all right. So this is going to be your folder for all of your assets, your info assets that you're going to be delivering. You're going to want to upload the PDF, and my PDF isn't quite ready, but let's say this is the PDF that I want to upload. It's not the one, but this is just for demonstration. Okay, so you want to set it to share. You want to create a link, and you want to change the link settings. You have to pay for Dropbox Professional to really lock down those link settings. So I'm not paying for it right now. So you will have to use, yes, people with this link view. Okay, so you're going to copy that link, and you're going to put that into Convertkit. You're going to select the entire text that's going to be on your button. You're going to insert a link. You're going to put the URL in there. You're going to open it in a new tab, and you're going to insert. Now, if you want, you can get fancy with tagging people with, downloaders if you want to. I don't really care, so you don't have to do it. You saw that there was the option to tag people who actually clicked on the link, but I would say that the only reason why you might want to do that is just to be able to segment your audience into not just people who opted in, but people who actually went and downloaded the thing or at least access the link in your email. That would indicate these people are more engaged, and so maybe those are the people that you want to hit with more emails after the fact. Maybe. I mean, that's a possibility, but I don't want to get that granular right at this stage. So while this is selected, click the HTML. And this actually shows the HTML behind this. And what you're going to want to do is you're actually going to want to add a class in here to enable the button. And so you want to type class equals button. Put some quotes around that thing. Okay, so that's class equals button, and that's going to enable the button function on the word that you just linked. So I just want to save that, and you want to go back out. And right now it doesn't look like anything, and it might be, I mean, if you like, you can also switch back to the new editor versus the legacy editor. Either one is fine. Email content will not be saved. Okay, I didn't make any changes, so it didn't matter. You will want to make sure that this is the correct email template to enable the button, because if this is a text-only email template, there's no button class that is going to function and create that button. So there are marketers who use text-only email templates. Neil Patel, he's like the biggest marketer out there. He does that, but I personally don't like doing that simply because like buttons are something everybody expects. I mean, Russell uses them in his emails for his downloads, so I think buttons is fine to use. And for me, I run a DIY and fashion blog, and so in Convertkit, I really need to be using images in my emails. So Convertkit they really do push, use text-based emails, those get the best conversion, but I'm not really sure that's true for a very visual industry like the one that I'm in. So it's kind of up to you if you want to send basically just text-based emails, but in this case, this is the button, and so you will have to switch your email template, and so you do that by going into settings, and the account default or text only, it might be there. So choose classic or modern. Both of those have the button CSS, and then hit update sequence. And when you go back to the content, the email, you can hit browser, and oh look, that's a button. Wow, and it's clickable, and it will actually take you, if you look down at the bottom, that link, it's going to take you to well, it's not working yet, but it will take you to that Dropbox link. Okay. So I want to take that and I want to center it, center text, and right now that's probably good enough. I want to make sure my subject line is correct. So, here's your cute summer shirt dress. Is that even what I called it? Yeah, I did. Okay. Your DIY cute summer shirt dress tutorial. Download now. Okay. Really strong call to action in the headline. This is what people are expecting. So, okay. So this is when to send. You want to make sure that the when to send is immediately. You do not want them to wait a day. Come on. 0 days. You don't even want to do hours. Just 0 hours, 0 days. You want to send it on all the days of the week. It doesn't matter what day they filled out your opt-in form. You want that email to trigger, so you're sending immediately. And you want to just hit save all. You do have to constantly save because ConvertKit doesn't autosave in the browser, which is a little bit annoying, so you have to be careful. Okay, this is still a draft, which is fine. And now you then also want to set up. You can Google how to change the button color and everything like that in ConvertKit. You can create your own template. This is how to create a button. You can modify the CSS if you want. You can create a new template and choose that one instead for, create new template for your email and choose that one instead for this particular email, and the button color will change so that it fits with your branding. That's kind of beyond this tutorial today. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with this email, but I just like to keep it simple. And your browser, etc. It's going to have your company information that you set up in ConvertKit in the footer. I do need to trick it out a little bit more and have a little bit more legalese in there. Basically that's work for another day. So the other thing that ClickFunnels recommends is for everybody who opted in but didn't purchase your product, you want to be able to send a Seinfeld sequence or a soap opera sequence of emails after the fact, right? And so you want to, I like to actually set it up in just the same sequence as this, because this is a sequence. And basically I want, after people get that tutorial, I want to hit them again with another email the next day that starts off my soap opera sequence, only if they haven't bought my product, which is on the next page. So this is going to be the beginning of my my soap opera sequence or Seinfeld sequence. Soap opera Seinfeld sequence 1. Obviously, I'm going to put a much nicer subject line that's actual prospect facing. At some point, I'm going to, fill this in with information, and there's a great area of .com secrets that actually lays it out for you, but I'm not going to do that right now. So you do want to send to after 1 day to these people. And you want to actually create a filter so that you're excluding certain people from receiving it. And obviously, you would want to exclude anybody who's purchased your product, right? Because the whole point of the soap opera or Seinfeld sequence of emails is to drive people back to your product, your sales page, and get them to buy, right? And so you'd be like, engaging content, soap opera, Seinfeld, I can't spell, Seinfeld email, day 1, blah, blah, this product will change your life, check it out now, whatever it is. And then you would put the link to sales page, right? And you would make that as the button in the exact same way that you made the opt-in a button, except the link will be to your sales page in ClickFunnels. So you're going to, I'll leave the page. I haven't done anything. You're going to want to go to your sales page and you're going to want to grab the link that is the link to that page, because that's where you're trying to drive people. And you will want to put in your link, etc. You want to open in a new tab. I always like to open in a new tab because I don't like to take people out of where they are by forcing it to load in the browser window that they're in. So link to sales page, I will edit that later. And remember, you go in here and right after the target equals blank, you should put the class equals button in quotes in order to enable that visual button. So you're going to do that. So I'm going to have to create a new tag. I'm going to create a tag and I'm going to call it DIY men's shirt makeover system makeovers system buyers. Yay. Okay. So now that I've created that tag, you can probably see where this is going. You're going to want to create a segment that has the segment for the buyers. And in your ClickFunnels page, that is your sales page, you're going to want to set up that integration again, where you're actually adding to the list and you create the fake form in ConvertKit that is your list and you tag them with the buyer information, right? So the integrations, let's grab a ConvertKit, integrations, add to list with tag. It's not a list, but whatever. I need to create the list and you want to create the buyers, where are you? Fresh list. Tags. Where are you? yeah, buyers, right? Okay, so that's going to happen there. You just need to create that fake form, the list, and then the segment. And then 1 day later, if they have not bought, you're going to want to create a filter because you are going to want to suppress the email sends against the people who actually bought, because you don't want to be sending people emails that are like, can you please buy? Can you please buy? Go here to buy. And they've already bought. So you obviously want to suppress the group that have bought. So to do that, you just need to create a filter on the email. And to do that, you go right here and click filter. With segment, you gotta grab. Not sure why I had to do that twice. Add the filter. Do I need to do that? No. No. Filter's on. All right, so basically there's no filter here, and there is a filter here. So you may want to duplicate an email so that you don't have to keep writing the HTML for the button each and every time. It can get kind of annoying. So you just hit save, you select the whole thing, you add the email, and then bam, there you go. You add another email, and then bam, there you go. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Add another email, bam, there you go. 4 and 5, right? That's my 5-day sequence. Okay, so you want to change the subject lines, you want to change the email information. You just need to be working in the same editor. So if you're in the legacy editor, you need to be copy pasting into the legacy editor. You don't switch back between the new editor and the legacy editor. So you hit save all. Okay, and basically you want to make sure that that filter is on every single one, because if someone goes back and buys at a later point, you want to match the filter for the subscribed to, or the within segment, and that segment of the buyers, because you don't want to be sending them any more emails saying please buy, please buy, please buy, when they've already bought, right? It doesn't make any sense. So you just keep adding add the filter. All right, so we've got everything. Filters are on. Save it. And then basically what Russell and everybody recommends in ClickFunnels after doing that 5-day sequence, then you want to move people to your big bucket list, right? And the thing is, ConvertKit, they're already in your big bucket of subscribers list, so you actually don't need to move anybody, right? They're done. Basically, what I think I'm going to do is, nobody needs to move anywhere, right? They're already on the list. But you might want to add a tag once someone is done with this whole sequence. And so I'll just show you how to do that. So in my next video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up the automations that will bring everything together and add the final tag to everyone once they've completed the full email sequence, and that will help you segment your subscriber list based on what they've already gone through, so that you can retarget them and effectively market to them differently from that point onwards. So check out my new video.